Working in Illustrator with shapes. Again, we're back here just kind of looking at what these shapes really mean. So I'm going to click on this shape here, and we're going to explore kind of what's really happening here. So we talked about our points, but we have these things here. As you can kind of see, as I click over top of them, I get these little expandable arrows. So what this means is I can take this and manipulate this around. This is very similar to the free transform tool when you're inside of Photoshop. It's the same exact thing. Now you can see I can just move these and pull these points around the bounding box, really. And as you'll see also, as I watch it. Oh, there it is. Right? It's the rotate tool. So I can now click and rotate this without having to do anything else. Now we talked about constraining proportions when we were making shapes with Shift. If you hold down Shift, this also constrains the proportions while rotating. Right, which is really nice. So that's kind of moving around. Something else to do with shapes as far as moving around, which is really cool, is the Transform palette. It's located up here. You could also go to Window, Transform. We're going to do that just so we can kind of tear this off and I can show you. Now, it may look like there's a lot of confusing things in here, but it's actually not too bad. So what this is doing is the X, Y is telling you exactly where you are with this rectangle. So for example, let's just zoom out. So this is an 8.5 by 11 page. I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to select this. And you see my reference point is right here in the center. Now watch my X and Y change as I change that reference point. Boom. 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 In case you missed it. So this is saying this is at 5.5 by 4.3889. Too many decimals over here. So let's say I wanted this in the corner. Well, let's turn our rulers on. We haven't talked about that. So let's go to View, Rulers. Show Rulers, or Command R. So there's two things. You can set your 0 point. So right now your 0 point by default is in this upper left-hand corner. I am going to then say, all right, I want my X and Y to be 0. Right? So you can see it moved it over here to the edge, but now my Y is also at 0. So now this is right here in the corner. Well, let's make this a 4 by 4 square. So now I have this perfectly in the center. So again, moving around with shapes, another great tip to do is if I want to duplicate this, right? I could copy and then paste, but it pastes it in the middle. What if I wanted to have it kind of right where I am here? I can take this and I can hold down the Option key and click and drag. Okay. Now, this is great. I got a lot more to show you. Let's leave it off there, and we'll continue on going down the how to duplicate, how to copy, and really what the transform function palette can do.